Are you guys ready? Watch the night, watch the night. Everybody in the tunnel has a Dunkin' Donuts. Ready, go! And now, the Chicago Mustangs. Number 2, Carlos Pichardo. Number 3, Stefan Mitchell. Number 4, Efren Beard. Number 5, Luis Ortega. Number 7, Osvaldo Rojas. Number 8, Miguel Vaca. Number 9, Roger Flores. Number 10, Efren Martinez. Number 11, Alonso Sendlo. Number 12, Taylor Long. Number 14, Douglas Dos Santos. Number 16, Tajay Lashantos. Number 17, Edmund Rogers. Number 18, Juan De La Cruz. Number 19, Carlos Avina. Number 22, Francisco Gonzalez. Number 23, Jesus Flores. Number 77, Alexis Camarena. Number 79, Ross Bristow. Number 99, Brendan Local, Chicago Mustangs. Hey, so next band, please direct your attention to the video scoreboard. And now your Syracuse Silver Knights. Number 1, Andrew Auckland. Number 3, sponsored by Product Sales, Antonio Matla. Number 5, Master Taylor Phillips, sponsored by Sheila Domenico Vitale. Number 10, sponsored by Lele Boyden Gonzalez. The new group number 11, Scherzer Gibson. And returning to the Oscar for the first time this year, in uniform, number 14, Please rise for the singing of the national anthem. Today at West Hill School District Day, we've got the West Hill Chorus here. Come on, guys, let's go.
Welcome inside the On-Center War Memorial, where the Chicago Mustangs visit the Syracuse Silver Knights. My name is Connor Morissette. Thank you so much for joining me here on MASL TV. The theme of today's game before the start changes. For Chicago, a new goalkeeper, Jose Resendez, getting his first ever start for the Mustangs. He's in net against the Silver Knight counterpart, Brian O'Quinn, the former head coach of the Silver Knights. He's returning to the field, and he will be starting in goal for Syracuse. That's a part of the organizational change that the Knights went through earlier this week, where Tommy Tanner, the general manager and president, returns to the bench as an assistant coach. Ryan Hall appointed the head coach, and Brian O'Quinn, the old head coach, is now your starting goalkeeper. Mustangs 6-6 are number 4 in the Central Division. Syracuse 5-7, number 4 in the Eastern Division. But both teams definitely have playoff aspirations. If Syracuse wins this game, they move up to second place in the East. And looking at Chicago, with a win, they just trailed the third place team in the Central by 1 game. So plenty to play for here in Syracuse. We're just about to get underway. Chicago, of course, playing last night, winning 8-7 in Harrisburg, but it came at a cost. Jesus Flores, the starting keeper for the Mustangs, he went down with an injury in that game. First touch for Moises Gonzalez. Syracuse played its last game against Harrisburg as well. That was on Friday, and in that one, Gonzalez scored the game-tying goal and the game winner in overtime. Jelivac, Syracuse's captain for Slavica Ubi-Parapovic. Back for Kenardo Forbes. First possession to the orange, silver, and black. Syracuse on a 1-game win streak, just like Chicago. Darren Toby, the Trinidad and Tobago native for Jelivac, the Croatian. Jelivac tried to make a run forward. He hit the turf. No foul, according to today's officials, Joe Della Pena and Stan Nagel. Here's Brian O'Quinn, the longtime Syracuse goalkeeping stalwart, who, remember, was the coach of the team at the beginning of the season. Now he replaces Andrew Coughlin as the team's keeper. Domenico Vitale turns on Gonzalez, plays back to O'Quinn. Long ball forward intended for Tavernisi. It's headed by Edwin Rojas, and he slams the ball off the boards. Vitale was the first player there. It deflects off of him. Mustang ball. Syracuse Silver Knights, it's the team's 6th season in the MASL. For Chicago, it's year number 5. Remember, they won the PASL in 2014, the Ron Newman Cup. So 2 franchises who've been around for a little bit in terms of indoor soccer here in America. Tavernisi to Manfoot, and it's well defended by Carlos Pichardo. Gonzalez. Now Dos Santos. Resendez was under some pressure, played it into the midfield. Chicago ball. Nearly 2 minutes into this one, no score between Syracuse and Chicago. Thank you for joining us here on MASL TV live on YouTube. Resendez, it's his first year with Chicago. He's a Chicago native and now making his first start. Pichardo has a run at Vitale, and Domenico pulls him back. Perhaps an early blue card, but the official's going to keep the card in his pocket. Pichardo plays back for Resendez. His long ball is intended for Taylor Bond, who heads on to Brian O'Quinn. Taylor Bond's at 24 goals this year. That's tied for 4th in the MASL. You know he can score them. When these two teams met earlier this year, Chicago won 10-7, and Bond had a couple goals in that game. Forbes for Syracuse. Left foot cross. Finds Gonzalez in the middle. Headed away by Baird. Here's Bond. Yelovak got a touch, but Bond still runs forward. Bond forced out of it by Moises Gonzalez, but he turns the ball over right to Carlos Avina. Darren Toby back to Brian O'Quinn. And here's Slavisa Ubi Parapovic. And his pass intended for Gonzalez off the back of Kenardo Forbes. A break for the Mustangs. Ubi Parapovic once again. Yelovak off the boards for Slav. Cross shot wide. Darren Toby for Syracuse plays for Brian O'Quinn. The Knights enjoying a spell of possession here early in the first quarter. Forbes. Syracuse's all-time leading goal scorer, ahead for Tavernisi, back for Forbes. Vitale wide. And a punch comes from Resendez. Ball still with Syracuse. Schindler to Thompson. Avina and Thompson battle on the boards. Here's Efrain Martinez. Thompson takes it away from him. First chance to Syracuse. J.J. Gibson's first touch for Syracuse. He proposed to his girlfriend in the Knights' most recent game, that win 8-7 over the Harrisburg Heat. Baird wanted to play through, but it was intercepted by Yelovak to Manfoot. Shoots. Save Resendez. Cleared away by Gonzalez, but only as far as Nate Bordeaux, the Baldwinsville, New York native. Brian O'Quinn. Darren Toby. Left-footed ball for Gibson, SU's target forward. Toby shoots and scores! Off the assist from J.J. Gibson, 1-0 Syracuse. That's exactly what you want your target forward to do, hold up the ball, play with his back to goal, and right there, Gibson found Toby. 1-0 Syracuse, 9:55 to go in the first. For Gibson, that's assist number 5 on the year. Darren Toby, his second goal.
Silver Knights goal scored by number 21, Darren Toby.
Chicago restarts play, and immediately Vitale with a crunching tackle on Camarena. But Taylor Bond wins the ball back. Syracuse taking no prisoners defensively here. Bond into the offensive zone. Schindler battles with him. And Jake Schindler takes it. Here's Moises Gonzalez with a full head of steam for Syracuse. Fires with a right foot. And a tap in for Slavica Ubi-Parapovic. Moises Gonzalez, he's known for that rocket right foot there. He feathered a pass to Ubi-Parapovic, and just like that, it's 2 goals in 25 seconds for the Silver Knights. 2-0. Moises Gonzalez, the hero against Harrisburg, scoring the game tire and the game winner. There he tees up Slavica Ubi-Parapovic. That's Ubi-Parapovic's 6th goal on the year. And for Moises Gonzalez, assist number 4. The ideal start for the Knights, but remember, it's not about how Syracuse has started, it's about how they finished lately. Yelivak, can Syracuse get a third? Not quite. Syracuse has blown leads of 5-1, 5-2, and also 6-1 against this very Chicago team, this Chicago Mustang team. $2-0 Syracuse, under 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Tavernisi causing trouble offensively for Syracuse. Schindler wanted a through ball, but picked off by Efrain Martinez. He passes ahead to Francisco Gonzalez, and Antonio Manfoot picks up for Syracuse. O'Quinn off the boards. It's a bad turnover to Osvaldo Rojas. Lays it off for Gonzalez, shoots, blocked away by Schindler as well as O'Quinn. Rojas took that ball down nicely with Gibson bearing down his neck. Resendez nearly with a bad turnover. He puts Beard in a tough spot. Bordeaux for Syracuse. Shoots. Beard hits right in the stomach, and he hits the deck. Officials whistle. Beard took one either in the stomach or below the belt. Either way, that'll hurt. 2-0 Syracuse, 8:05 to play in the first quarter. You're watching MASL TV live on YouTube. Welcome back inside the On-Center War Memorial. Syracuse with a 2-goal lead, 2-0 over the Chicago Mustangs. 8:05 to play in the first quarter. The reason for the previous stoppage, Efrain Beard took a shot from Nate Bordeaux into the stomach, and he had to exit. Now play resumes with Kennardo Forbes for Syracuse. Into Ubi-Parapovic. He's playing some hold-up attacking right now, and he's bowled over by Alexis Camarena. Free kick, Syracuse.
Hey, Silver Knights fans, want to walk out of here with a whatever fine souvenir? Grab a crowd.
Officials whistle. Referees want to talk something over at half field. Now play will resume. Ubi-Parapovic to Forbes, strikes it, blocked away by Bond. O'Quinn at the half field line. It's a ball forward for Manfoot. And that's a dangerous play against Antonio Manfoot. High foot. Mustang free kick. Forbes for Syracuse after the low free kick from the Mustang. Taylor Bond. Manfoot wins it back. Bond 6'2". Antonio Manfoot 5'4". Bit of a height differential there, and it works out for Chicago. Here's Camarena. Cuts inside. Nothing doing. Turnover. Manfoot back for Yelovak. He gets by Rojas. Whistle blows. Rojas pulled back Yelovak. I mentioned earlier, Syracuse has struggled at times when they've had early leads on the season. Syracuse blew a 5-1 lead against the Rampage, a 5-2 lead against the Comets. This was both on the road, and then a 6-1 lead against the Mustangs, also on the road this season. Ubi Barapovic into the middle looking for Gonzalez, pushed away. Bernardo Forbes. Couple fakes, passes to Slavisa Ubi Barapovic. His pass off the boards goes right to Pichardo, and the Mustangs break away. Rojas. Dos Santos, Syracuse caught in a change. Douglas Dos Santos for the Mustang, fires, blocked away by Tavernisi. Good hustle by Joey Tavernisi to get back and defend the shot from Dos Santos, who looked like he was in. Bordeaux. Schindler. Had a heavy first touch and loses out. Gonzalez, Bond ahead of him. Here is Taylor Bond. Blocked away by Vitali. De La Cruz for the Mustang. Now Carlos Avina, the Mexico native. De La Cruz. Bond back for De La Cruz. Toe poke save O'Quinn. That's the first save on the season for Brian O'Quinn, making his first start on the year. Keeps the game at 2-0. O'Quinn bombs the ball forward. Avina gets his head on it right to Nate Bordeaux. He plays off the boards. Patrick Thompson. Off the wall, Gibson. Good intervention by Resendez. He's also making his first start in goal today for Chicago. Oswaldo Rojas. Wide for Francisco Gonzalez, back to a frame Beard, whistle blows. It's an official's whistle. Now the referees are talking things over on the near side. Referees pulling out a yellow card on the near side. Not exactly sure what the call is. Now all four officials discuss. The officials held up the number 4, and that's Ephraim Beard's number, who's over the ball now. It's a yellow card for Beard, and he's going to have to go into the box for 5 minutes. Remember, the Mustang will still be at full strength. And excuse me, it's been a blue card ruled, so Syracuse on the man up. 2 minutes for Beard inside the penalty area. Thompson back for Bernardo Forbes. Here's Jake Schindler. Tried to pass to J.J. Gibson. Pichardo. Camarena. Back for Resendez. Ed for Martinez. Foul against Domenico Vitali. Schindler chests the ball to J.J. Gibson, and now Syracuse can break. And just to clarify the prior penalty, on the scoreboard it showed a 2-minute power play for Syracuse. That's incorrect. That's been taken down. The only card that was shown was a yellow one for Ephraim Beard. So it's a yellow card for him, and he's into the box for 5 minutes, but both teams will be at even strength. And now the officials take a timeout. Syracuse 2, Chicago 0, 3:57 to play in the first quarter. Come back for the rest of the first quarter and the first half on MASL TV live on YouTube.
Looking for something new, immediately following tonight's game, head on over to David Buster. That's David Buster at Destiny USA. Play a little ski ball with Ryan Quinn. Play a little ski ball with Ryan Hall. That's David Buster. Immediately following tonight's match at Destiny USA. Looking for a great picture of pizza in the spring? Check out Multiple Use Soccer Association. That's WISA. Multiple Use Soccer. Great for beginners as well as intermediate players. Wesleyan Soccer plays throughout the Baltimore area. Check them out online at billsoccer.com. Comfort Windows, the name you know, the people you trust. That's Comfort Windows.
Welcome back inside the War Memorial. Syracuse 2, Chicago 0, 3:57 to play in the first quarter. I now have the official ruling for why Ephraim Beard is in the box. It was a yellow card for dissent for the defender, so both teams will be at full strength, but Beard is in the penalty box for at least 3.5 more minutes. Ubi Parapovic to Forbes, who flicks on. Toby battles in the corner with Rojas. Ubi Parapovic back for Brian O'Quinn. Toby with room to operate centrally. Finds Antonio Manfoot, cross shot. Can't find Tavernisi. Syracuse nearly goes up by 3. And Resendez is well outside of his goal area. And eventually Chicago clears the ball away. Bond in Yelovak. Bond plays on to Martinez, and Manfoot touches to Brian O'Quinn, his goalkeeper. O'Quinn for Gonzalez. Moises Gonzalez with a nice first touch, and now he breaks forward. Bordeaux heads into the air. Taylor Bond touches back for Lastovsky. Vitali for Syracuse. Invited to shoot, he does. Wide. Bordeaux fires, also wide. Syracuse close to going up by 3. But a couple shots not on target. Gonzalez from way downtown, high. 3 shots right in quick succession for the Knights, but none on goal. Schindler, Vitali. He rips the shot, deflected, save made by Resendez. Gonzalez was too slow to clear, pardon me. And eventually Nate Bordeaux passed back to O'Quinn. 2:15 to play, first quarter. Syracuse up 2-0 over Chicago. O'Quinn ahead to J.J. Gibson. Thompson's bowled over, no call. Camarena tried to break into the SU zone. He lost the ball at midfield. Now Douglas Dos Santos. A 3-line pass called against Chicago. Remember, it's Jose Resendez's first game for the Mustang, his first start in goal, and there he committed the 3-line pass violation. Set piece chance for the Knights. Syracuse wanted to take it quickly. Forbes pass to Yelovak, but too fast for the officials' liking. Forbes, Thompson into the middle, and the whistle blows. J.J. Gibson getting a little bit too physical inside the box. Now Chicago goes quickly. Alexis Camarena. Patrick Thompson takes it away from the Mexico native. Canardo Forbes for Syracuse. Bond chasing back quickly. Forbes on his left foot. Deflected wide. Darren Toby with Camarena right on his back. Passes to Bo Yelovak. Toby safely with O'Quinn. And another whistle. Douglas Dos Santos is down for Chicago. The Knights with a 2-0 lead over the Mustangs. 1:17 to play in the first quarter. Injury timeout on the field. We'll step aside as well. You're watching MASL TV live on YouTube.
Hey, Silver Knights fans looking for something to do next week? The Silver Knights are back in town here at the War Memorial on Friday, February 3rd at 7:30. As we take on the Milwaukee Wing. That's the Milwaukee Wing, 7:30. It's another photo night. Buy one, get one free. For the adult ticket at regular price, and you receive a second ticket free. Come start your day like the Knights do. Jump the Guns. Brickwork Coffee, America's favorite, every day. All day, every day. Every time you're Silver Knights store at home this season, Dunkin' Donuts will donate 1 pound of coffee to the food bank in Central Florida. Always call Dunkin' Donuts. We're looking at 2 months of coffee tonight from Dunkin' Donuts.
Play about ready to resume as Douglas Dos Santos walks off, rubbing his head. He's a player for the Mustangs who's played professionally in Poland, the Czech Republic, and Latvia. Now he makes a living playing for the Mustangs in Chicago. The team trails 2-0 to Syracuse. 1:17 to go in the first quarter. Jake Schindler gets play underway, back for Brian O'Quinn. Syracuse going to try to score a third before the end of the first 15. Mostovsky ahead for De La Cruz. Wide for Gonzalez. Manfoot tried to dribble out of pressure. Goes to Lostovsky. He shoots wide. Gonzalez. Save O'Quinn. Clock down to just about 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Vitali boots it forward to Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic. Tried to flick on for Jake Schindler, but instead went right to Juan De La Cruz. Under 30 now in the first quarter. Manfoot back for O'Quinn. Mostovsky to De La Cruz. 13 seconds. De La Cruz invited to shoot, rips it. O'Quinn with another save. 5 seconds now. Lavinia. And that does it for the first quarter. A late chance for Juan De La Cruz was saved by Brian O'Quinn. And after 1 quarter, Syracuse 2, Chicago 0. Watching MASL TV live on YouTube.
It's playful. It's timeless. It's shared. It's real. Tap, loving.
Welcome back inside the War Memorial. The Silver Knights with a 2-0 lead over the Mustangs as the second quarter about to get underway. Orange, silver, and black will have the possession. Canardo Forbes standing in the middle of Dave and Buster's circle will get us started momentarily. Darren Toby and Slavisa Ubi Parapovic, the goal scorers for the Knights in the first quarter. There's the whistle, and quarter number 2 underway. Toby tried to spring man-foot ahead. Cleared all the way back for Brian O'Quinn. Darren Toby spins into the middle for Moises Gonzalez. He shoots, saved, made by Resendez. And Beard ahead for Taylor Bond. Yelovak there to pick up the pieces for the Silver Knights. And O'Quinn with a loose clearance that was nearly picked up by Martinez. His shot was wide. Yelovak. O'Quinn off of Martinez. He gathers a nervy moment for Syracuse. O'Quinn to Canardo Forbes. Back for Moises Gonzalez. Out to Bo Yelovak. Ubi Parapovic. Schindler. Vitali invited to shoot, rips a shot, deflected out by Camarena. Syracuse with possession to begin the second quarter. Silver Knights with a 0 goal differential on the season so far. They've scored 79, conceded 79. For the Mustangs, they have a goal differential of -8 on the year. O'Quinn ahead to Tavernisi, who flicks it on. Vitali. Toby. Man-foot, and he gets by Pichardo. Antonio in for Bordeaux. Shot was blocked by Rojas. Nice defensive play by Edwin Rojas, the Mexico native.
Hey, Silver Knights fans, let's make some noise. It's time for Blue Rock Energy.
Yelovak coming together with Osvaldo Rojas. Whistle blows. This one is against the Mustangs. Tavernisi bowled over by Edwin Rojas. And another set piece for the orange, silver, and black. Bordeaux to Toby. Away by Alonso Sandoval. Still with Darren Toby, though. Jake Schindler for Syracuse, the former Rochester Lancer. Outside the right foot pass. Forbes shoots. Blocked away by Pichardo. Gibson. Gonzalez wide. Schindler a little bit too aggressive on Alonso Sandoval. That will relieve the pressure. Over 3 minutes into the second quarter, and Syracuse, besides one chance for Martinez, has really dominated. Mustangs 6-6 on the season. Syracuse 5-7. Both teams fighting for their playoff lives. Pichardo short for Resendez. Gonzalez.
Team doctors of the Syracuse Silver Knights, specializing in evaluation and treatment of orthopedic injuries.
Off the boards for Juan de la Cruz. Flores, now Gonzalez. Pichardo. Angles a pass too high. Remember last night the Mustangs beat the Heat 8-7 on an overtime goal by Alexis Camarena, and that broke a 3-game losing streak for Chicago. So they've already won 1 game on their East Coast road trip. Now trying to make it 2 in a row, but they've got their work cut out for them. Forbes for Syracuse. Nicely defended by Chicago to not allow Forbes any shooting space. Juan de la Cruz hits the deck. And no whistle. Ephraim Beard. Off the wall for Camarena, and Yelovak bowls him over. Through ball to Ubi Parapovic, lays off for Gonzalez. Moises shoots high. Yelovak is hot. He didn't think that was a foul against Efrain Martinez. Chicago takes the free kick quickly. Toby back for O'Quinn. There's Ubi Parapovic. Now Patrick Thompson. Thompson. Shot was deflected by Baird. Toby. Thompson dummied it intelligently for Bordeaux. Off the wall, out for Tavernisi. Shot blocked away by Edwin Rojas. Efrain Martinez tried to find Taylor Bond, but it hit the chest of Domenico Vitali. Bordeaux. Bond shoots off the post and out. Taylor Bond has 24 goals on the year. He could make it 25 right there when he was one-on-one with O'Quinn. Vitali. Man-foot back for Domenico. First touch was a bit heavy, and it went to Ephraim Beard of Chicago. Bond. He's got Camarena on the far side. Finds some shot. Save O'Quinn! In his first start, Brian O'Quinn looks like he's back in tip-top form. 2-0 still to Syracuse. Man-foot off the wall, but could not get by the defender there. It was Alonso Sandoval. Here he is on the ball. Pichardo. Osvaldo Rojas. Back to Edwin Rojas. Carlos Pichardo. Sandoval. In for Osvaldo Rojas. All the way out, Francisco Gonzalez. Man-foot dashes to the bench for Syracuse. Gonzalez takes his spot. Pichardo. Here's Sandoval. Pichardo off the boards, intended for Osvaldo Rojas. Goes to Schindler, who found Yelovak. Clears it out of play. Loki Lostovsky for Baird. And now the keeper, Jose Resendez. Gonzalez tried to catch Resendez off his line, unsuccessfully. Sandoval pushes away Gonzalez. Left-footed ball, cut out by Bo Yelovak. Lostovsky. Back for Resendez. Ephraim Beard. Patrick Thompson left to foot it on Beard. Foul call. Score remains Syracuse 2, Chicago nothing. 7:47 to play in the second quarter. Gonzalez back for Beard. Syracuse pressing. Thompson. Yelovak back to Schindler, possession to the orange, silver, and black. Toby. Gibson playing the forward-most attacker for Syracuse, tried to slip it through for Zach McNabb unsuccessfully. De La Cruz. Gonzalez wide for Baird. Francisco Gonzalez ventures forward, tripped over the ball. Antonio Manfoot takes over. 3-on-1 for Syracuse. Gibson shoots. Gibson scores! J.J. Gibson had an assist earlier in the game. Now he scores. 3-0 Syracuse. Tough break for the Mustangs. Francisco Gonzalez simply tripped over the ball, and it leads to a Silver Knight goal. Antonio Manfoot on the assist. That's his third of the year. And for J.J. Gibson, that's goal number 5.
Silver Knights goal scored by number 11, Gibson. Assist to number 3, Antonio.
Timeout on the field. Syracuse 3, Chicago 0. You're watching MASL TV live on YouTube.
Tonight's officials and scorekeeper for the NASL, Donnie Baseball Johnson. Welcome, Donnie. Great job on this.
6:55 to play in the second quarter. Syracuse 3, Chicago 0, following the J.J. Gibson finish. Chicago Mustangs get us started once again. Schindler for Syracuse. His clearance went as far as Martinez of Chicago. Here's Ephraim Baird. Wide for Camarena. Forbes tried to catch out Resendez, and his first touch was clean. Edwin Rojas. Baird. Uvi Parapovic all over him. He goes parallel to Edwin Rojas. Martinez. Hits the deck. No whistle. Jake Schindler for Syracuse. Wide for Slavisa Ubi Parapovic. Forbes with space. Yelovak to Thompson. Goes to Resendez. Tavernisi intercepts the Resendez clearance. Joey Tavernisi off the boards. Here's Patrick Thompson. Left-footed shot wide. Martinez off the boards, a nice pass to himself. And no one flanking him on the far side, so Syracuse takes over possession. Canardo Forbes. Angles a ball for Antonio Manfoot, shoots, scores! What an assist from Canardo Forbes. And Antonio Manfoot scores the goal from the tough angle. It's a beautiful goal, and it's 4-0 Syracuse. Manfoot's 14th of the year, and for Canardo Forbes, he's 7th in the MASL in assists. That'll move him up to 6th. He now has 14. All Syracuse here inside the War Memorial to begin this game.
Syracuse Silver Knights goal scored by number 3, Antonio Manfoot. Assist to number 55, Canardo Forbes. That's Manfoot from Forbes.
Chicago begins the game once again. Sandoval loses out to Bo Yelovak. 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Orange, silver, and black with the 4-0 lead over the Mustangs. O'Quinn. His pass found Pichardo, but Schindler takes it back. Jake Schindler for Syracuse. To Gonzalez. Into the middle behind Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic. Alonzo Sandoval. Back for Pichardo. He faces a double team. Turns it over with Ubi-Parapovic. Still a scramble in the far corner. Nate Bordeaux lost a boot. Or excuse me, that's Gonzalez who lost the boot, and he's still fighting on. Sandoval to Gonzalez. He's got his shoe back on and trots forward. Pichardo on the overlap. Carlos Pichardo off the boards, but O'Quinn was there. O'Quinn clears for Ubi Parapovic. Mostovsky's all over him. Pass back for Vitali. Wide for Thompson. Forbes. Tavernisi. He hits the deck. Play continues. Canardo Forbes for Syracuse. Yelovak. Thompson. Tavernisi. Forbes wide. Yelovak on the volley. Blocked away by Gonzalez. Flores wide for Gonzalez. Now Roberto Flores gets the ball back. Juan de la Cruz on the right foot. Well defended by Darren Toby. Forbes, lovely by Camarena right there. Forbes taken down in the midfield, no call. De la Cruz. Baird, blocked away by Tavernisi. He had a gaping goal, but Tavernisi and O'Quinn sprang back into position to stop the shot. Taylor Bond, cross for Camarena. Instead goes to Forbes. Here's Manfoot, the scorer of Syracuse's last goal. Can't get by Baird. Foul on Antonio Manfoot. 2:12 to play, second quarter. Syracuse 4, Chicago 0. Resendez to Taylor Bond. Poked away by Canardo Forbes. Edwin Rojas fires, blocked by Tavernisi. Joey Tavernisi, known for his attacking so far on the year. He's got 20 goals, but he's put in a very solid defensive shift over the last 5 minutes. Camarena and Rojas over the ball. It'll be Edwin Rojas to take the set piece. Drills it off of Tavernisi. Tavernisi with an arm into Edwin Rojas. Chicago takes the free kick quickly. Martinez. Forced wide by Gonzalez. He's looking for the call, doesn't get it. Vitali storms forward, finds Moises Gonzalez. Syracuse on a change, Gonzalez is all alone. Edwin Rojas, his first touch was loose. Yelovak to Schindler, back for Bo Yelovak. He runs at goal by the keeper and he scores! It's a lovely move from Bo Yelovak, and it's 5 for Syracuse. That's just a veteran taking advantage of a goalkeeper making his first start. Bo Yelovak, 5 goals on the year, and I think that was the prettiest one so far. Timeout Chicago, 5-0 Syracuse, 1:16 to go in the first half. You're watching MASL TV live on YouTube.
It's time to make some noise once again. It's time for a Blue Arc Energy Sound Meter. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Toronto.
Syracuse with the 5-0 advantage over the Chicago Mustangs. 1:15 to play in the first half. And the Mustangs have opted to put out a 6th attacker for the end of the first half. It's Alexis Camarena. And this worked for the Mustangs against Harrisburg. Remember, Jesus Flores, their keeper, got injured in that game. Camarena came out at the end and made a big difference. Now we'll have some defending to do. Vitali off the boards. No one there for Syracuse. Chicago desperate to get a goal before the break. Forbes fires high. Picked it off from Efrain Martinez. .30 seconds to play. Camarena. Gonzalez. Bond in for Martinez. And Martinez and Kenardo Forbes have been going at it for a little bit now. And the blue card is called against Kenardo Forbes. Syracuse loses its composure a little bit. Ever since Forbes won the ball away from Martinez a few seconds ago, the two have been going back and forth, and now the blue card is called. And Kenardo Forbes is hot. Martinez is in the box. He's been shown a yellow card. And Kenardo Forbes is making his way over to the box as well. 30 seconds prior to the foul right there, we saw Canardo Forbes win the ball away from Efrain Martinez. And then the two had a little bit of a go at it off the ball, nothing too serious. And then on the other side, Forbes fouled Martinez. And it looked like Martinez thought Forbes had stepped on his hair. And so he was frustrated about that. Forbes was frustrated with the foul, so there was a coming together then. And then way after that, it looked, at least for me, that Alex Camarena, the sixth attacker for Chicago, came into Canardo Forbes, who was already frustrated from the foul, had some words with him, and that got Canardo Forbes frustrated, and then he tried to go at Camarena. And now both Canardo Forbes and Efrain Martinez are in their respective penalty boxes while the officials are talking over exactly what happened. A blue card was initially shown to Canardo Forbes, and that's all that's occurred thus far. But again, the officials are talking things over. We may see some more cards or just a stern talking to. Now Taylor Bond and Bo Yelovak are talking with today's head official, Joe Della Penna. The results of these penalties are going to have a much larger effect in the second half. There's only 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Now the officials talking over with Armando Gamboa, the head coach for Chicago. Canardo Forbes is in the box, and there's 4 minutes of penalty time on the scoreboard. And now it appears as though Alex Camarena has been thrown out. He's walking off the bench and out of the turf. He's been shown a red card. That's the first red card for the Mustangs on the season. Efrain Martinez, his penalty minutes are on the clock. He has 2 minutes. A crazy ending to the first half that's been dominated by Syracuse. It's 5-0, orange, silver, and black. So to recap, it's a 4-minute penalty on Canardo Forbes, a routine blue card 2-minute penalty against Efrain Martinez, and Alexis Camarena, number 77 for Chicago, has been shown a red card. The reason Canardo Forbes has 4 minutes of penalty time is because he was given 2 blue cards.
Penalties to the Syracuse Silver Knights. Canardo Forbes, 4 minutes. blue. For the Chicago Mustangs, number 10, Jimenez, blue card for Efren Martinez. Another penalty to the Chicago Mustangs will be served for number 77, who is also ejected from tonight's match.
And now you hear the crowd clap. That's because the announcement has just been made. Alexis Camarena has been ejected from the game. It is a straight red card for the Mexican attacker. And from my vantage point, it looked like the red card was because Kenardo Forbes and Efrain Martinez, they had settled down. But then Camarena, remember, he was the sixth attacker. He got involved after things seemed to have settled down, and that fired up Kenardo Forbes. So it was either something Camarena said or something happened in that junction, and he got the red card. Gonzalez was at the set piece. It's up and over the crossbar. Syracuse possession, 14 seconds to go in the first half. And Camarena, the sixth attacking option for Chicago, him getting thrown out, that's a pretty big deal. Yelovak by Bond. Shoots. Save out to Manfoot. His volley's high, and with 0.8 seconds on the clock, the Chicago Mustangs have the ball. There's the horn at the break. 5-0 to Syracuse, but some extracurriculars at the very end of the first half. Saw a red card to Alexis Camarena, a double blue card for Kenardo Forbes, a regular blue card for Efrain Martinez of Chicago, and then Alonzo Sandoval was serving Camarena's blue card as well. So a crazy end of the first half, but at the end of 30 minutes, Syracuse 5, Chicago 0. Come back for the second half on MASL TV, live on YouTube.
Hey, Silver Knights fans, please welcome to center field, the
We apologize for the lack of audio during halftime, but because of copyright issues, we cannot air what goes on at halftime, at least on the audio side, so feel free to watch, but it's not your computer that's messing up, it is us turning down the sound. Welcome back inside the War Memorial for the start of the second half between Syracuse and Chicago. The Knights with a 5-0 lead over the Mustangs. Now at the intermission, I was fully briefed on the ruckus that occurred at the end of that half. So here, I'll give it to you straight one last time. Canardo Forbes is serving two blue card offenses, one for pushing, one for dissent. Efrain Martinez is serving a 2-minute blue card penalty for dissent. And Alexis Camarena was given a red card for striking Canardo Forbes in the back, so he obviously will not be able to return. So to start, it's going to be a 5-on-4 for Syracuse, and then with about a minute 30 into the second half, it's going to switch, be a power play for the Mustangs, 6-on-5, and then we should get back to full strength. So that's what happened at the end of the first half. As for the goals, it is 5-0 Syracuse. Darren Toby, assisted by J.J. Gibson, scored the first one. Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic, assisted by Moises Gonzalez, put Syracuse up 2-0. Then J.J. Gibson got on the score sheet himself off of an Antonio Manfoot assist to make it 3-0. Manfoot scored the fourth goal thanks to a brilliant pass by Canardo Forbes. And then the fifth goal, unassisted by the captain, Bo Yelovak. 5-0 might seem insurmountable to some fans, but remember, Syracuse was up 6-1 at the Sears Center in Chicago a few weeks ago and ended up losing that game 10-7. So Syracuse, it's not unprecedented to blow a 5-goal lead. It's happened this season. Chicago very much still into this game. Forbes and Martinez back into their penalty boxes, and Alonso Sandoval is serving the Camarena 2 minutes, so he'll make his way into the box as well. He does now. Including the keepers, 5-on-4 to start the second half. And that'll go on for 1 minute and 44 seconds. And once that runs out, it's 2 minutes of 6 versus 5 for Chicago. Brian O'Quinn, his performance has been overshadowed by some of the goals and the ruckus at the end of the first half. He has a shutout going in his first start of the season. Play resumes. Here's Bo Yelovak. He's defended by Gonzalez. Passes to Darren Toby. Only 3 players, not including the goalkeeper, on for Chicago right now. Syracuse with the extra man. Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic to Gonzalez. Back for Slav. On the left foot. Shot was blocked away. Out for Gonzalez. First touch back to Ubi-Parapovic. Down low to Tavernisi. Out to Ubi-Parapovic. Shoots and scores! Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic into the top corner. 6-0 Knights. That's Ubi-Parapovic's second goal of the night. He's got 7 goals on the year. So Efrain Martinez is out. It'll now be 5-on-5 with Sandoval and Forbes still in the penalty areas. Once again, tonight's official having words with Armando Gamboa, Chicago's coach. Taylor Bond plays for Gonzalez, and Chicago resumes play. Martinez. Bond. Yelovak. turns away from Gonzalez and plays for Jake Schindler. 1 minute into the third quarter, Syracuse 6, Chicago nothing. Tavernise ahead to Thompson. He touches, and it's off the post. Tried to get it by Resendez, but off the pipe. Tavernise. Thompson. Yelovak, first time, blocked away. Thompson sprays a pass wide. It's picked up by Rojas. Yelovak dragged down by Edwin Rojas, no call. Taylor Bond. Martinez on the left foot, shoots, save O'Quinn. Gonzalez. Taylor Bond. Rojas. Gonzalez strikes it off of Schindler, right to Joey Tavernise. Resendez ahead for Douglas Dos Santos, who went down in the first half with an apparent head injury. Good to see he's okay. Gonzalez on the right foot, strikes it high. Martinez. Dos Santos. Resendez, that's asking a lot of work there. Plays back for Dos Santos. Manfoot was bearing down on the Chicago keeper. Bond. Martinez. Lovely defensive play by Darren Toby. It looked like Osvaldo Rojas was going to have a tap-in, but instead Darren Toby kicked the ball away. Manfoot out of play. Dos Santos to Edwin Rojas. Wide for Martinez, who was the MVP of the Ron Newman Cup run that Chicago had in 2014. Martinez strikes, save O'Quinn again. Into the middle. Osvaldo Rojas cleared away once again by Syracuse. Mustangs on the penalty. Or the power play, I should say. Bond tried to flick it by O'Quinn, and it's saved by the Syracuse keeper. Sandoval's penalty had run out, so now it's a power play opportunity for Chicago. They got about 20 seconds remaining. They convert on 36% of their power play chances this season. But this one is coming to an end fairly soon. 5 seconds. Dos Santos. O'Quinn with another save. Both sides now at full strength. Syracuse leads 6-0, 10:50 to go, third quarter. Domenico Vitale ahead for Moises Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the middle. Tripped up, free kick Syracuse. Forbes short for Gonzalez. Moises shoots, deflected high. Corner kick for the Knights. Tavernise and Ubi Parapovic replace Gibson and Schindler. Syracuse nearly had too many men there. Yelovak off the crossbar. Forbes. Edwin Rojas on the ball for Chicago. Gonzalez keeps the ball in play. Tavernise hits the deck, and that's a blue card for boarding. Syracuse going on the power play once again.
Extra 23. It's time for the West Hill Band. Led by Mrs. Buell. Here are a couple numbers for you. Frankenstein. Terrible. Great stuff. Dynamite. Are we ready for Dynamite?
Edwin Rojas makes his way towards the penalty box. Syracuse already scored on one power play chance this game. They've come into tonight's matchup scoring on 45% of their opportunities. Syracuse with the man-up opportunity, 10:25 to play in the third quarter. A 6-0 lead for the orange, silver, and black. Here's Kenardo Forbes. Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic nearly gave it away to Gonzalez. Back to Forbes, the Jamaican. Ubi-Parapovic. Tavernisi down low, out for Forbes. First time strike blocked away. Kenardo Forbes got plenty of venom behind the shot, but he couldn't get it through the traffic. Whistle against Gonzalez, another free kick chance for the Knights. 1:31 to go in the power play. Wide for Gonzalez. He rips his shot off the boards. Ubi-Parapovic. Pass was behind Kenardo Forbes. Moises Gonzalez. Kenardo Forbes. Gonzalez into the middle for Tavernisi. His tap in goes wide. Ubi-Parapovic strikes it high. 1:10 to go in the power play. Forbes. Ubi-Parapovic. Tavernisi again. Strike not on goal. Pichardo for the Mustangs with possession. Ball nearly fell for Toby. Back out with Ubi-Parapovic. Save made by Resendez. Ball out of play, 45 seconds to go on the power play. Lostovsky, all he can do, clear it away. Gets to Kenardo Forbes, over 30 seconds now, 32, 31. Toby, wide for Gonzalez, out for Forbes. Kenardo, 20 seconds on the power play. Kenardo Forbes, Toby, wide for Ubi-Parapovic. Forbes cuts inside, fires and scores! $7-0 Syracuse. Domination inside the War Memorial. For Forbes, that's goal number 12 on the season. Syracuse's leader in points puts him all the way up to 26 on the year. Frame Baird for Chicago. Put the ball forward. It was intercepted by Bordeaux. Mustangs just looking for anything offensively to try to get back into the game. O'Quinn. Gibson, his touch was heavy, goes out of play. Frame Beard plays to Martinez. Yelovak wins possession. Schindler up to Gibson. Taylor Bond scored a hat trick the last time these two teams play. He hasn't really sniffed goal much at all this afternoon. Baird.
All right, I got one more. This is one of my favorite days. Every year we bring in the West Hill School District with the help of someone like Dennis and federal savings that makes it easier for
Taylor
us.
Bond.
We love having these guys here. We love having the artists make sure you
Yelovak fouls the attacker.
Before you leave today,
Free kick Chicago.
West Hill Art. We're going to do one more number for the West Hill band.
Edwin Rojas over the free kick. Martinez plays it for Gonzalez, and O'Quinn gathers in the box. O'Quinn heaves the pass forward for Bordeaux, but Edwin Rojas got back to defend. Baird, Bond, back heel for Martinez. Efrain Martinez cuts inside and hits the deck. Set piece Mustangs. Martinez. Pichardo shoots wide. Manfoot. Gonzalez got back to defend him. Gonzalez once again. Faces no pressure. Passes back for his keeper, Resendez. Beard. Rodrigo Flores back for Baird. Ahead for Osvaldo Rojas. Flores, Rojas, Dos Santos. Baird. Flores hits the deck, no whistle. Osvaldo Rojas, excuse me, he is fouled that time by Domenico Vitale. Pichardo. Wide for Dos Santos. Another save by O'Quinn. Manfoot's through. Touch was a bit heavy. Ubi Parapovic. Left foot. Now onto the right. Back for Manfoot. Wanted to get it to Bordeaux, but squeezed away by the Chicago defense. Efrain Baird. Shot comes in. It's De La Cruz. Save made by O'Quinn. Brian O'Quinn yet to concede a goal in his first start of the year. Lostovsky. Edwin Rojas back for Lostovsky. De La Cruz. Vitale takes over. Schindler. Forbes back for O'Quinn. Yelovac. Ball finds Gonzalez. He goes ahead to De La Cruz. Cross shot. Picked up by Brian O'Quinn. Another save for the Syracuse keeper. O'Quinn out of play. Watch out. Nearly hit someone in the face in the crowd. .435 to go in the third quarter. Syracuse 7, Chicago 0. You're watching the MASL live on YouTube. Welcome back inside the War Memorial. Syracuse 7, Chicago 0, 4:35 to play in the third quarter. Mustang ball. Frame Beard. Left-footed pass intended for Bond, picked up by Vitale. Out of play off of Sandoval, Syracuse set-piece chance. Vitale to O'Quinn. Head for Ubi Parapovic. Sandoval, back for Baird. Toby. Taylor Bond. Edwin Rojas. Darren Toby takes possession for Syracuse. Wide for Manfoot, who's pushed aside by Gonzalez, but Antonio Manfoot wins the ball back for Syracuse. Yelovak. O'Quinn. Zach McNabb. Three-line pass there against Brian O'Quinn. He was being harassed by Efrain Martinez, and that forced the error. Taking a look at some Mustang defeats so far this year, their heaviest one was 9-4 against the Milwaukee Wave. And Syracuse's largest margin of victory was only by 3 goals. Martinez to Gonzalez. Down low to Rojas. It goes wide. Here's Edwin Rojas. Gonzalez. Back to my earlier point, this scoreline 7-0 Syracuse. It's unusual based where these two teams are in the standings and their prior results. Nearly a chance for Osvaldo Rojas. Shot blocked away by Joey Tavernisi. To be fair to the Mustangs, they played last night in Harrisburg, an overtime win, 8-7. And now having to come back the next day at 1 o'clock, certainly not easy. Baird in for De La Cruz. Martinez. Forbes, Tavernisi. There, Moises Gonzalez, he couldn't find a Syracuse attacker, instead turned it over to De La Cruz. Handball against Schindler. Baird to Martinez. Tavernisi gives him room to run. Efrain Martinez fires. Pushed away by Schindler. Martinez off the boards. Loose in front, blocked away by Schindler, saving a goal for Syracuse. The Mustangs inches away from getting their first goal of the afternoon. Instead, it stays 7-0. Orange, silver, and black. Bond. Minute 15 to play in the third quarter. Turnover gives Syracuse the ball. Bo Yelovak. Minute to play in the third. Schindler. Ahead for Gibson, but the pass finds Lostovsky. Resendez, bad giveaway to Thompson. Vitale. Gibson beats Lostovsky to the spot. Out for Vitale. Toby. Domenico Vitale. Darren Toby. Under 30 now in the third quarter. Thompson. Lostovsky wins the header over Gibson. Yelovak under 10 to play, third quarter. Manfoot. Antonio. Gibson. That's how the third quarter ends. Syracuse 7, Chicago 0. It was 5-0 at the break. The Knights added 2 more goals in that third quarter. They lead 7-0. 15 minutes to go inside the War Memorial. Come back for the rest of it live on YouTube. It's MASL TV.
Your exciting vivacious Syracuse Lady Knights.
My work is done here.
15 minutes on the fourth quarter clock. Syracuse with a 7-0 edge over the Chicago Mustangs as we enter the final frame here at the War Memorial. It's been a dominant performance by the orange, silver, and black so far this afternoon. Remember, a win for Syracuse propels them into second place in the Eastern Division. Parapovic shoulders the ball out of play. Mustangs free kick. Chicago 7-6 heading into this game. A win would have put them within one game of the third place team in the Central Division. Instead, a loss means they'll stay fourth. Dos Santos back for Resendez. Keeper like Brian O'Quinn for Syracuse, making his first start on the year. For Jose Resendez, it's his first ever start. O'Quinn, he's been the longtime keeper for the Knights. Was the coach this season, but then President Tommy Tanner said, Brian, I think he can help us on the field, so he goes back to his goalkeeper spot. Tanner becomes an assistant, and Ryan Hall, who was the old assistant, now the new head coach. And so far, in his second game as head coach, it's going quite well. Ubi Barapovic over the free kick. Toby, Vitali. Rodrigo Flores for Chicago takes over. Douglas Dos Santos completes the clearance. Race between Forbes and Taylor Bond. Forbes wins, back for O'Quinn. Canardo Forbes. Bond went in there a little recklessly against Moises Gonzalez, and he's given the blue card, clearly frustrated. He's the player who's tied for fourth in the MASL in goals with 24, but hasn't sniffed a real chance so far this game. Gonzalez gets back on his feet. And for 2 minutes, Syracuse with the man advantage. It'll be 6-on-5 because of the Bond penalty. Remember, late in the first half, Alexis Camarena was shown a straight red for striking Canardo Forbes. Forbes was shown 2 blue cards, one for pushing, one for dissent. Efrain Martinez was shown a blue card for dissent. It was a chippy end to the first half. And there, Taylor Bond, with a chippy play of his own, he goes to the box for 2 minutes. Syracuse's power play unit consists of Forbes, Manfoot, Toby, Ubi Parapovic, and Tavernisi. Here's Manfoot now. Forbes for Ubi Parapovic. Down low for Tavernisi. Toby out for Ubi Parapovic. Wide for Manfoot. Shoots! Save made by Resendez. Toby on the rebound, and it's nodded home by Joey Tavernisi. Resendez made the initial save, and then Lostovsky had a mistouch. Syracuse took advantage. Toby to Tavernisi. 8-0 Syracuse. For Tavernisi, that's 21 goals on the year now. Came in 8th in the MASL in goals. Yelovak wins the header, goes right back to Efrain Baird. Pichardo, Baird, on the boards, intended for Osvaldo Rojas, he gets it. Dos Santos, Sandoval, ahead for Osvaldo Rojas. Yelovak and Rojas battle. Sandoval on the overlap, Yelovak takes it away. Back to Jose Resendez. De La Cruz. Osvaldo Rojas, nearly by Yelovak. Gets a shot away, save O'Quinn. Brian O'Quinn, how impressive has he looked in his first start of the season? Yet to concede a goal, making kick save after kick save. Been very important to Syracuse this afternoon. Yelovak, Bordeaux. O'Quinn. Long ball, which is caught by Resendez. Sandoval. De La Cruz, and Chicago has pulled Resendez. They're going with the 6th attacker. It's Douglas Dos Santos. Usually the 6th attacker for the Mustangs, Alexis Camarena, he was given a red card. So Dos Santos is the next man up. Dos Santos to Bond. Out for Pichardo. Chicago trying to get their first goal of the afternoon. Baird. Dos Santos. Rojas. De La Cruz shoots, blocked by Zach McNabb. Osvaldo Rojas. Dos Santos. Wide for Efrain Martinez. Martinez. Baird. McNabb with a tackle. Loses out to Baird though. Rojas. Bond. O'Quinn against the wall. Ball hits Antonio Manfoot's hand. Set piece for Chicago. They take it quickly. Martinez. Left-footed strike. High, and that relieves the pressure. Douglas Dos Santos remains in net for Chicago. The sixth attacker will stay despite Syracuse possession.
Floral delivery of the game. Where is he going? What the Knights up to on the stage? And there it is. Oh! Once again,
Toby
taking it
O'Quinn, and he really made a rash of that pass out of play. Dos Santos. De La Cruz. Down low. Rojas comes out for the other Rojas, Edwin, and he misses his shot. It goes wide. Dos Santos. Martinez. Flores. Out of play, Chicago free kick. Martinez stands over it. 10 minutes to go in the fourth. Martinez. Rojas. Osvaldo Rojas. Forbes, only as far as Dos Santos. Efrain Martinez. Flores off the wall. De La Cruz could get there. Picked up by Brian O'Quinn. Dos Santos. Martinez. Syracuse pressing a little higher than they have been in the last few minutes. Bond strikes off Vitali. Forbes. Edwin Rojas. Wide for Efrain Martinez. In for Flores. Turns, palmed away, and caught by Brian O'Quinn. And Syracuse takes a timeout. 9:02 to play in the fourth quarter. The Knights with an 8-0 lead over the Mustangs. You're watching MASL TV live on YouTube. Syracuse will have possession coming out of the timeout. Brian O'Quinn controlled the ball when he took the TO. 8-0 Syracuse lead over Chicago. 9:02 to play in the fourth quarter. Douglas Dos Santos, the sixth attacker for Chicago, remains in the game. O'Quinn throws the ball out. Nate Bordeaux off the post and in. 9-0 Syracuse off of the assist from O'Quinn. Nate Bordeaux's fourth goal of the year puts Syracuse ahead by 9. It's an ugly scoreline inside the War Memorial, 9-0. Martinez, Sandoval, Edwin Rojas, Douglas Dos Santos, Efrain Martinez. Manfoot, can Syracuse get a 10th? Antonio ahead for Bordeaux, and it's 10! You can't stop him! Bordeaux, 2 goals in 20 seconds. Syracuse has double digits. It's a rout. Chicago continuing to have Douglas Dos Santos as the 6th attacker into the game. And Syracuse not stopping on offense, 10-0. Yelovak back for Forbes. Edwin Rojas. Whistle against Thompson, free kick for Chicago. Edwin Rojas down low for Pichardo. His shot was blocked away. Baird, Dos Santos, Edwin Rojas. Back for Efrain Baird. Light shot, save O'Quinn. He launches a clearance ahead to Bo Yelovak. Bo. Through for Moises Gonzalez. Save made, Dos Santos. That's an impressive save made by the 6th attacker against one of the most potent offensive players for Syracuse. Seven minutes to play, Syracuse 10, Chicago 0. Dos Santos, Edwin Rojas. Gonzalez sprays the ball ahead. Tavernisi running down Dos Santos. Takes a deflection. Here's Rojas. Gonzalez wins the header. Tavernisi fires. Forbes, another save by Dos Santos. Rosnovsky, wide for De La Cruz. Back for Dos Santos. Baird. De La Cruz shoots and scores. Juan De La Cruz gets Chicago on the board with 6 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the game. That's the first goal Brian O'Quinn has conceded all year. It's his first goal he's conceded in the game, and it's his first start.
$10 David Buster card. The answer is always David Buster. What's the best place to go to win the ball?
Took 54 minutes for Chicago to score on O'Quinn, but they do. It's 10-1. Only 2 shutouts have happened this year in the MASL. Comets have one, first place team in the Central Division. The Baltimore Blast have the other, the first place team in the East. Syracuse will not join that group.
Where is David Buster?
Toby loses out to Martinez. Ephraim Martinez fires. Save was made by O'Quinn. Here's Manfoot. He'll run it Dos Santos. Antonio Manfoot fires high. Gonzalez. Manfoot somehow comes away with the ball. Manfoot, and between a foul and a handball, I feel like something had to have been called there. Nothing was. McNabb. Head to Tavernisi, Joey Tavernisi. Dos Santos cut away the shot. Osvaldo Rojas. Gonzalez.
Coming back up with my friends in West Taylor, section 23. We're doing some more David Buster's trivia. Where's tonight's postgame?
McNabb. Zach McNabb still goes forward. Tavernisi's ahead of him. McNabb, can he get his first ever goal for Syracuse? He can! Zach McNabb's first ever goal for the orange, silver, and black comes with 4:18 to play in the fourth quarter. 11-1 game.
Silverwood goal scored by number 31.
.418 to play. Syracuse 11, Chicago 1.
David Buster's trivia. Where's tonight's postgame party? The answer is always David Buster. Where's tonight's after party?
Syracuse thirsty for another goal.
David Buster. But the game party.
Gonzalez tried to play Yelovak through. Instead, it was Dos Santos who got on the end of the pass. Lostovsky. Dos Santos. Baird. Dos Santos. Rojas off the top of the glass, stays in play. Bond. He shoots, so Quinn saves. Forbes. Slows down the attack for Syracuse wisely. Back for Vitale. Darren Toby. Canardo Forbes. Brian O'Quinn. Yelovak. Ahead for Antonio Manfoot. Shoots, save made, Dos Santos. McNabb in for Yelovak. Under 3 minutes to go, 11-1, Syracuse lead. Forbes. McNabb. Forbes' ball grazes the scoreboard in the middle of the field. That gives possession to the Mustangs.
So where are the players going after the game tonight? Big Will, where can you play skee ball with Antonio Manford? Everyone raise their hand if they want to get cards. That's the post-game party tonight. Immediately following the game at Dave & Buster.
Flores fires. Toby knees the ball clear. Pichardo. Rojas. Syracuse comes away with the ball. Forbes. Toby. O'Quinn. Canardo. Baird. Left-footed strike. Save O'Quinn. Once again, Baird. Flores. Baird again, and that time it goes in. 11-2 ball game. They frame Baird. Goal number 5 on the year for him. Syracuse still with a healthy lead, 11-2.
So much fun here at the Silver Knight. Make sure you come back this Friday night. It's another buy one, get one free night with your Syracuse Silver Knight. Tonight's taking on the Milwaukee Bucks next Friday night.
Martinez. Thompson shown a blue card for a foul on De La Cruz. So for the last minute, 26 seconds, unless Chicago scores, Syracuse will be down a man. Six attackers against 4 defenders for the Mustangs. Gonzalez runs over the ball. Martinez back for Dos Santos. Shoots, save O'Quinn. Gostovsky. Vitale, toe pokes the ball forward, doesn't have enough. Oh, not quite. Dos Santos tracks it down. Domenico Vitale nearly from 60 feet. Shot comes in. It's pushed away by O'Quinn. It was Bond who made the shot. It was deflected. And O'Quinn pushed it aside. Vitale, another chance at the open net. This ball will go wide.
Everybody on your feet. Let's go, Knight! Let's go, Knight!
Gonzalez, Rostovsky, Martinez, one touch, fires, out to Dos Santos. Rostovsky, he shoots, wide, Yelovak clears, under 30 seconds now. Dos Santos, wide for Martinez.
Those blue tickets have got the winner of the Joey Tavernique jersey on the mat. Are we ready? 5, 4, 3, 7, 7, 5, 4, 3, 7, 7.
And that does it.
You won.
The Silver Knights come back home and dominate the Mustangs 11-2. Brian O'Quinn's first start of the season could not have gone any better. Syracuse improves to 6-7 on the year and jumps into second place in the Eastern Division ahead of Harrisburg and Florida. The Mustangs fall to 7-7 on the year. They'll remain in fourth place in the Central Division. It's been a rout inside the War Memorial.